Hello everybody and welcome back to another Fear the Walking Dead video, and today I'll be reviewing the first half of Fear the Walking Dead Season 8 / the final season. And these first 6 episodes are the Padre arc and the goodbye to Morgan. So what do this first half of the season actually do right? The first thing is using Madison right. I was really worried going into the season that it would just be Madison replacing Alicia's role on the show, but no, she was co-lead with Morgan. She is in just as many episodes as Morgan, if not maybe one less, but she is a massive focus of this, and I'm quite happy they shared the lead role, and it's very good because we're not going to go into the next 6 episodes with Madison suddenly being bumped up to the lead. So it's good she shared it, and then Morgan leaves, and then you have Madison still there. So these first episodes really nailed the Morgan-Madison dynamic. Another thing is the way the show looks. The cinematography is great, and I love the new location with Fear. Even though we don't have one location and sometimes the seasons can look very ugly, we're always changing. Fear's always changing its location, always changing the aesthetics. And it always, for me, makes Fear feel fresh all the time because you're always seeing a different set. Unlike The Walking Dead where you're seeing the same set of trees for 11 seasons straight. So the swamp was very welcomed. I also do want to, this is kind of teetering on meh bad, is the idea for a cure. They did follow through mostly up until like the 11th hour with the cure plot, and it was really good, very interesting, and it does work. It was just a shame in the 6th episode June just drops it, even though it is proven that it would work. They said that okay, Alicia survived the bite because of radiation, and then we see in episode 2 there's actually a treatment which increases your lifespan. So instead of dying in a day or 2, you die a week later. And it was a very interesting idea. It's just at the final moment in episode 5, Finch gets sick, a bit of stupid writing happens, and then June just drops it in episode 6. I didn't like that. It's just everything before that final moment in episode 6, it was a very good plot. It was very interesting. And it built upon the radiation season and retroactively made season 7 a little better because everyone complained about it. In a way, without season 7, you didn't have this interesting, for a couple of weeks, this interesting plot. Now, the last big thing that I would say was great about this first half was Morgan's goodbye. It was done so well. These last 6 episodes were really, really good at setting up Morgan's conclusion to his arc, finishing off that loop that started all those years ago back in season 1, episode 1 of The Walking Dead in 2010. 13 years later, we got the perfect ending for Morgan, and it's a perfect ending for Fear with Morgan, because the Morgan arc's over. Morgan came in because of Rick, and he left to go find Rick. And it was perfect. Morgan's story this season is amazing, and it's easily the best thing about season 8A. The Morgan goodbye arc really carries these 6 episodes, and it really lets you look past all the bad parts of this season, because I'm going to get to them in a minute. But the best episode this 6 episodes has to be episode 4. That is easily the best episode. There's really no flaws. It is the conclusion to the Morgan arc with him losing his son and wife, and him being able to get past that and move forwards with Grace and Mo. That is really the perfect episode in these 6 episodes, and that one, out of all of them, is definitely the must-watch episode. Now let's move over to my negatives, and the first one is Mo. She's absolutely unbearable, the acting is terrible, and the episodes you need to watch out for are 1, because that's a Mo episode, 5, because she makes some stupid decisions. That is the episode where you have a big character death, and Mo is so annoying, and they decide to separate Morgan for no reason, so that you just have Mo dealing with his character death. So annoying. In episode 6, which is the Morgan goodbye episode, it's made better because they're saying goodbye to Morgan, and the references to callbacks, and the setup for the next 6 episodes, but just Mo just kind of makes it a little worse there because she's annoying. The next bad thing is this season is just a massive retcon. They retcon Fear the Walking Dead's final season to take place during the final season of The Walking Dead, and they confirmed that the start of Fear the Walking Dead's final season starts with about almost halfway to near the end of part 2 of The Walking Dead's final season. However, it's only a 7-year time jump, and they confirmed way back that Fear Season 7 takes place just before or just after Rick gets abducted. That is 3.5 years in. So exactly, and they said exactly 7 years between 16 in Season 7 and 1 in season 8 is exactly 7 years, so we should be 10.5 years into the apocalypse. No, they retconned it, so we're actually almost 13 years into the apocalypse. It makes no sense. Why not just say it's a 10-year time jump? It's just those retcons and like the showrunners just not caring about continuity, which really does suck here and there. Another example of bad continuity is there's a flashback to this apocalypse in episode 3, and the walkers do not look like Fear season 1, the 3 walkers. They just look like walkers now, and it seems like the makeup just didn't work, and the showrunners just didn't care about the continuity that Fear set up. Fear walkers in season 1 of 3 had blue eyes, and they just didn't have that. It's just little things here and there where the showrunners just don't care. They were like, it has to be during the final season of The Walking Dead to set some things up properly. Another thing, and this is the biggest fault, is the Padre arc. It is absolutely terrible. They're not even real villains. They explain the mystery of the Padre arc in episode 3, and we find out that the Padre people are just 2 people that lost their parents, and now they're trying to make sure every other child doesn't lose their parents by taking their parents away. And the villains weren't scary, they were very dumb, and how they got rid of the villains in episode 6 was so stupid. We didn't even have any really big conflicts between the good guys and the bad guys, because the bad guys' whole army was children, so you couldn't really see any fights. It always cut away when Daniel was like doing a standoff, and he would tell someone to leave, and then would follow that character and cut away. I just really thought by the end of the Padre arc, it was a lot of wasted potential, because there was good setup, it was just always ruined. And that's really Fear Season 8A in a bottle. It has an amazing setup, it's just by the time you get to this finish line in episode 6, only one thing hits the landing, and that is the Morgan goodbye arc. Everything else just falls over at the 11th hour. The Cure arc just drops, sucks, okay, bye. And then you have Padre, which sucked from about episode 3, and was just meh. And if we had to move over to my one sentence / one word overall review, it is a meh first half. It's a 5 out of 10. It looks great, there are some good aspects, and there's maybe 1 or 2 great episodes, maybe 2 and 4. But other than that, each episode is a bit mediocre, and I think the overall plot of this first half is very underwhelming. But please tell me down below, what did you think about Fear Season 8A? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What were your pros about this first half? What were your negatives? I'd know all your thoughts about Fear down below. But this is it for me today, so goodbye, peace out, and make sure to like and subscribe to keep up to date with all things Walking Dead universe. So goodbye, see you in my next video.